Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to all of you guys. Happy Monday. So, tonight we're going to do don't, doesn't, with, have, or do, does, with, have. So, if you guys could please share the live, we're going to start right now. All right. So, we doing the negative of don't and doesn't with the word have. And also we're doing do and does with the word have. All right. So we're going to start with the first one. One second. All right. So this is the negative. If I say don't, that means it's something that I don't have access to. All right. Now, right now, this is my marker. I have a marker. I can say I have a marker because you're looking at it, right? I have a marker. I have a whiteboard, right? You're looking at it. But if I didn't have a marker, the marker was not here, I would have said, I don't have a marker or I don't have a whiteboard, all right? So we use the word don't with I. I don't have. All right? He doesn't have. Now, she doesn't have. It doesn't have. The word doesn't is the contraction form of does not. With he, she, and it, we use doesn't have. With you, we, and they, we use don't have. All right. So if you are talking about yourself, you have to use don't. I don't have. We don't have. You don't have. They don't have. All right. So when you say you don't have, you are talking about yourself. When you say we don't have, you're talking about yourself and someone else. When you say they don't have, you're talking about other people. All right. So now, I don't have. I'm talking about myself. Third person singular. He, she, and it. We say doesn't. So if we were using the positive form, we would have said he does, she does, it does, he does, she does, it does. When we're using the negative, we're going to still use doesn't, all right? He doesn't, she doesn't, it doesn't, he doesn't have a car, she doesn't have a baby, it doesn't have a friend. We don't have a house. You don't have a car. They don't have a mother. All right. So this is what we're going to do right here. All right. We're going to use sentences to complete each of them. Now remember, guys, I said when you're using I, you say don't have. When you're using he, she, and it, you say doesn't have. When you're using you, we, and they, same goes with I, you use don't have. All right. So now we're going to go over this first sentence. All right. Look at that picture carefully. I know it looks crazy, but I'm not too good with drawing, so bear with me, okay? So this is a picture of a girl, all right? Now we're talking about her hair right now. Look at her hair. So what are you going to write right here to complete the sentence? Is it she don't have long hair or she doesn't have long hair? How will you complete the sentence? First, I want you to take a look at the picture carefully and tell me what I should write right here. Look at the picture carefully and tell me what I should write in the blank. I don't have, he doesn't have, she doesn't have, it doesn't have, you don't have, we don't have, and they don't have. And remember, when you say don't is the contraction form for do not, all right? Instead of you saying, I do not have a car, you say, I don't have a car. It's the same thing. I do not have a daughter. I don't have a daughter, all right? So what are we gonna write right here to complete this sentence? To complete this sentence, what should I write in the blank? So we're gonna say she doesn't have, all right? Don't just write she doesn't, right? She doesn't have, all right? She doesn't have. Or you can say she does not have is the same thing. She doesn't have long hair. If you're looking at the picture carefully, you will see that the hair is short, right? So she doesn't have long hair, meaning that the hair is not long, it's short. She doesn't have long hair, all right? So next one, he blank a house. Are we gonna put he don't have a house or he doesn't have a house? So what are we gonna write for number 2? For number 2, what are we gonna write? So number 2, he doesn't. Remember, right here. Second person, third person singular, doesn't. So he doesn't have a house. All right? So you're going to say he doesn't have a. Don't say a house. Say a house. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have a. Okay? So now, guys, when you are saying it verbally, you're going to act like if the a was connected to the have. So you can say he doesn't have a. He doesn't have a. He doesn't have a. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have a house. All right. Number 3, we blank a teacher. So what are we going to write right here, guys? So remember, now we're doing we. Is it we doesn't have a teacher or we don't have a teacher? So what should we put right here? Is it we don't have or we doesn't have? Don't just write we don't. Write we don't have. Or we doesn't have. Which one? So very good. We don't have. Right? We don't have a teacher. And now, even if you weren't sure, if you say we doesn't have a teacher, right, your tongue should sound heavy because you can't say we doesn't have a teacher. It sounds too long and too heavy. So you're going to say we don't have a teacher. We don't have a teacher. We don't have a teacher. All right. So now we're doing it. It don't have a cage or it doesn't have a cage. Which one is it? It don't have a cage or it doesn't have a cage. We're doing number 4. It don't have a cage or it doesn't have a cage. So very good. It doesn't. All right. We're talking about a thing. Third person singular. It doesn't. All right. So now, the dog. It doesn't have a cage. It doesn't have a. It doesn't have a cage. The dog. It doesn't have a cage. The cat. It doesn't have a cage. Or the bird. It doesn't have a cage. If you don't know what the word cage means, cage is where you keep an animal. All right. Now I'm talking about myself now. Okay. So I don't have a headache or I doesn't have a headache. Which one is it? We're doing number 5 right now. Is it I don't have or I doesn't have? I don't have a headache. I doesn't have a headache. Which one is it? Is it I don't have a headache or I doesn't have a headache? Very good. So it's I don't have a headache, right? I don't have. Up here, it told you I don't have when you're talking about yourself. Okay? Last, you don't have a baby or you doesn't have a baby. Which one is it? You don't have a baby. You doesn't have a baby. Which one is it? Very good. It's you don't have a baby. You don't have a baby. So, okay, this is what I'm going to do if you're just turning in right now. So, I'm going to go over this side so you can understand clearly. All right. So, when you're talking about something that you don't have, if you are referring to yourself, you're going to say, I don't have. If you are referring to a guy, he doesn't have. A female or a girl, she doesn't have. Or if you're referring to a thing, I don't care what it is, the marker. See this one? It doesn't have a cap. All right. Now, you notice I'm holding a cap. So, yes, it does. So, if I'm using the positive term, I'm going to tell you it does have a cap. This is the cap. It does have a cap. So, let's pretend I removed the cap. I can say it doesn't have a cap. Why I cannot say it don't? Because it's third person singular. When you are talking about he, she, and it, you say doesn't for the negative. All right. So when you are using the positive, you're going to say does. All right. So when you're using I, you, we, and they, you say don't for the negative. I don't. You don't. We don't. They don't. So now if you're using the positive, you're going to say I do. You do. We do. And they do. All right. Now, let's jump right here. We use the word do or does in front of a sentence to ask questions. All right. So now, if I want to ask a question, I cannot write the word do or does at the end. I have to put it in the beginning. Now, keep in mind, do or does, this is the verb to do, right? So now, right here, we're not talking about the verb to do. We're talking about simply a word to ask question, all right? So now, if I want to ask a question using he, she, and it, I have to use does. Does he have? All right. Now, when you're saying it verbally, don't say does he have, because when you say it that way, your tongue is going to be heavy. So you're going to say does he? Does he have? Like you saying right here. Act as if you were saying does he? Does he? Does he have? Does he have a friend? Does she have a friend? Does it have a friend? All right. So now you asking if the man have a friend, or if the girl have a friend, or if it, the animal. Yes, animal have friends. So you want to know if the animal have a friend. Okay. Does he have a friend? So if you're going to answer, what I want you guys to keep in mind, right? So whatever you have for the pronoun, right? You have to put the same thing in the answer, okay? What am I talking about when I'm saying pronoun? If I want to use Almatone, instead of me saying, does Almatone have a friend? I use the word he. He becomes the pronoun, all right? So if I say, does he have a friend? So the answer have to be right here. Yes, he does, right? So if it's negative, I'm going to say, no, he doesn't. All right? Remember, when you're using the negative, you say doesn't. When you're using the positive, you say does. Does she have a friend? Yes, she does. Or no, she doesn't. Does it have a friend? Yes, it does. I can't say yes, he, because the question said, does it? So when I'm going to reply, I'm going to say it does. Does it have a friend? Yes, it does. Does she have a friend? No, she doesn't. Or yes, she does. All right. Now, when we're using you, we, and they, you don't say does, you say do. Do you? Do we? Do they? Do you have a friend? All right. Now, right here, you cannot say yes, you do, because the question is heading toward you. So if I'm asking you a question, Rose, and I said, Rose, do you have a friend? You have to answer with using I. Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Because remember, when you're talking for yourself, for you, for we, and for they, with the negative, you say don't. With the positive, you say do. So, Rose, if you have a friend, you're going to say, yes, I do. If you don't have a friend, you're going to say, no, I don't. All right? Do you have a friend? Yes, I do. You cannot say you do because I'm asking you the question. So since you are answering for yourself, you're going to say, yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Do we have a friend? All right? Do we? When you say we, you're talking about yourself and someone else. Do we have a friend? You and I, Pierre. Do we have a friend? Yes, we do. Because the question states, do we have a friend? Yes, we do. Or no, we don't. Do they have a friend? Do they have a friend? Yes, they do. Or no, they don't. All right. Now, again, don't is the contraction form of do not. No, they do not, or no, they don't is the same thing. All right. So now we're going to go over each sentence. All right. So guys, I want you guys to help me out with this. All right. Remember, we are asking questions now. Okay. When we're asking questions, we have to use the word do or does. I'm sorry, do or does in front of each sentence. All right. So number one, we have a guy right here. He. Am I going to say, does he have a car or do he have a car? Number one, does he have or do he have? Which one is the correct answer? Do he have a car or does he have a car? All right. Remember, third person singular with the guy. If you are answering in the positive, you're going to say he does, right? So if you are changing it into the negative, you're going to say he doesn't. All right. Or he does not. Does he have a car? Right? Does he have a car? All right. Does he have a car? With the answer, we're going to say, yes, he does. All right. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand. The answer is already in the questions. Remember, guys, the answer to a question is in the question. All right. Does he have a car? So if I want to answer, yes, he does. All right. Yes, he does. Or if I want to say no, I'm going to say no, he doesn't, or no, he does not. Is the same thing. Number two, Do they have a house or does they have a house? Which one is it? Is it do they have a house or does they have a house? Do they have a house or does he have a house? Do they or does they have a house? So what do you guys think of number 2? Do they have a house or does they have a house? Very good. Do they have a house? So now the answer is no. So what am I going to write right here? Since the answer is no, we're going to write no, they don't. Right? Very good. No, they don't. Now we're doing it right now. Do it have a tail or does it have a tail? Do it have a tail or does it have a tail? We're talking about an animal right now. Does it or do it? Which one is it? Is it do it have a tail or does it have a tail? So let's pretend that we're talking about a cat. So are we going to say, do it have a tail or does it have a tail? Very good. Does it? Does it sound more natural, guys, right? Does it have? Does it have a tail? The answer is yes. So we're going to say yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. So notice how, like, when I'm saying it verbally and when I'm writing something, it's not the same thing. Writing English and speaking English are two different things. So right here, when I write it, I say, does it have a tail? So if I am speaking the language, I cannot speak the language like I'm writing. I have to make it sound more natural. Does it have a tail? Does it have a tail? Yes, it does. All right. You're not going to say yes, it does. Don't say it like that. Say, yes, it does. All right. Do you have a car? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Does he have a friend? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. Does he have a wife? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. Do they have a mother? Yes, they do. Or no, they don't. Do you have a problem? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. All right. So now let's do the last one right here. Am I going to write do you or does you? Do you have a problem or does you have a problem? Which one is it? Okay, very good. Do you have a problem? Do you have a problem? So when you are answering, again, the question, I am addressing the question to you. Since you are the one that is answering, you cannot say, yes, you do. You're going to say, yes, I do, because you're answering for yourself. All right? Yes, I do. All right? Very good. Does he have a car? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. Do they have a house? No, they don't. Or yes, they do. Does it have a tail? Yes, it does. Or no, it doesn't. Do you have a problem? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Do you have a car? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Does it have a pen? Yes, it does. Or no, it doesn't. Does it have instruction? So now, if I am reading something from the TV or from the computer and I'm trying to put something together, yes, does it have any instruction? Oh, yes, it does. Or no, it does not. Do you have a sister? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Does he have a pencil? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. Does she have a brother? Yes, she does. Or no, she doesn't. Remember, you use the word do and does with the word have to ask questions. When you are asking question using do or does, remember to put it in the beginning of the sentence. All right. Now, if this word is in the middle, it's not to ask question. Okay. It becomes the verb to do. All right. Do or does. Remember, third person singular, you say does. He does. She does. It does. I do. You do. We do. They all do. All right. So we're going to go over all of them one more time. I don't have a car. All right. So now let's pretend I want to ask question with this one. I would have said, do you have a car? I don't have a car. Does he have a problem? He doesn't have a problem. Does she have a sister? She doesn't have a sister. Does it have a friend? It doesn't have a friend. Do you have a car? I don't have a car. Or if someone else is answering for you, yes, the other person can say, you don't have a car. All right. So, do they have a brother? They don't have a brother. Do they have problems? They don't have problems. Does she have long hair? She doesn't have long hair. Does he have a house? He doesn't have a house. Do they have a teacher? They don't have a teacher. Or do we have a teacher? We don't have a teacher. Does it have a cage? It doesn't have a cage. Do I have a headache? No, I don't have a headache. Yes, you can ask yourself question. Do I have a problem? No, I don't have a problem. Do I have a headache? I don't have a headache. Do you have a baby? You don't have a baby. All right. So now, does he have a friend? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. Does she have a friend? Yes, she does. Or no, she doesn't. Does it have a friend? Yes, it does. Or no, it doesn't. Do you have a friend? Yes, you do. Or no, you don't. Do we have a friend? Yes, we do. Or no, we don't. Do they have a friend? Yes, they do. Or no, they don't. Does he have a car? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. Do they have a house? Yes, they do. Or no, they don't. Does it have a tail? We're talking about a cat now. Does it have a tail? Yes, it does. Or no, it does not. Do you have a problem? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. All right. Now, let's say I want to ask the question in the plural form, right? Now, if you're looking at this sentence carefully or this question, you will notice I write, do you have a friend? Right now, I'm asking you if you have one friend. Remember, what if I want to know, do you have more than one friend? All right. I can say, do you have any friends? Remember, if you are asking question, you want to know if the person have more than one friend, you're going to say, do you have any friends? Yes, we do. Or no, we don't. Yes, I do. I have some friends. Or I don't have any friends, right? So when I am asking, do you have any friends? I want to know if you have more than a friend, right? So if you're going to answer, you have more than one friend, right? You're going to say, yes, I have some friends. Or if you don't have any friends, no, I don't have any friends. All right. Does he have any friends? Yes, he does, he has some friends, or he doesn't have any friends. All right. Or she has some friends, or she does not have any friends. All right. She has. You're not going to say she have. You're going to say she has. Third person singular. She has some friends, or she doesn't have any friends. I have some friends. I'm telling you, I have more than one friend. If Pierla, if McKendler, if Almatong, they are my friends. So I'm going to say, yes, I have some friends. It's plural. Or no, I don't have any friends. Yes, he has some friends. He has. He has some friends. Or he doesn't have any friends. Does she have any friends? Yes, she has some friends. Or no, she doesn't have any friends. Do you have any friends? Yes, I have some friends. Or no, I don't have any friends. All right. If tonight is your first time watching me, I want to welcome you. If that's your second or third time, welcome again. My name is Myrdelyn. We meet every Mondays at 7:30. If you have not subscribed with me on YouTube, after this live, go to YouTube, type Speak English with Myrdelyn. That's how you'll be able to subscribe with me. Don't forget, if tonight is your first time on this page, go on top of this page, hit on follow, and make sure the notification bell is on. Each time I'm live, you will get a notification. I want to thank each and all of you guys for watching. I will see you guys next Monday at 7:30. Stay positive. Have a blessed night. Don't worry about what's behind me. After the live, I will post everything for you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.